Filipinos are known worldwide for their hospitality, strong work ethic, and ability to adapt to different cultures. With a vast diaspora of over 12 million Filipinos working and living abroad, the Philippines is one of the most migration-driven nations. However, not all countries are equally welcoming. Whether due to visa restrictions, historical conflicts, strict immigration policies, or cultural biases, some nations pose significant challenges for Filipinos. Here's a look at 10 countries where Filipinos may not feel welcomed. 1. Saudi Arabia. Despite being home to over 1 million overseas Filipino workers, OFWs, Saudi Arabia has had its fair share of controversies regarding labor exploitation, maltreatment, and strict laws that disproportionately affect migrant workers. Reports of abuse, non-payment of wages, and harsh working conditions, particularly for domestic helpers, have strained relations between the two countries. The kafala system, which ties workers to their employers, has been criticized for leading to modern-day slavery-like conditions. Saudi Arabia's strict Islamic laws also impose severe restrictions on personal freedoms, making it difficult for many Filipinos to adjust. While job opportunities exist, the risks often outweigh the benefits. Additionally, social integration is a major challenge. Filipinos in Saudi Arabia must strictly adhere to local customs and laws, including prohibitions on public displays of affection, alcohol consumption, and religious practices that differ from Islam. Many Filipinos have reported feelings of isolation due to the conservative nature of Saudi society. Women, in particular, face more restrictions, making daily life difficult for many female workers. 2. Kuwait. Kuwait has seen numerous issues involving Filipino domestic workers. The situation escalated in 2018 when a Filipina domestic helper, Joanna Demafelis, was found dead inside a freezer. This led to a temporary deployment ban of Filipino workers to Kuwait. Although the ban was lifted, tensions remain, and cases of abuse continue to surface. In 2023, another temporary deployment ban was issued due to mistreatment cases. The government has attempted to implement labor protections, but reports suggest that many Filipino workers still experience unfair treatment and discrimination. Aside from labor-related concerns, the cost of living in Kuwait has risen significantly, making it challenging for many Filipinos to save money while working there. The strict visa policies also make it difficult for OFWs to bring their families, adding to the emotional burden of living abroad. 3. North Korea. North Korea is one of the most isolated and secretive countries in the world. Foreigners, including Filipinos, are not generally welcomed unless they are government-approved guests. The country's strict policies, ideological stance, and lack of diplomatic ties with the Philippines make it nearly impossible for Filipinos to visit or work there. Entry is highly restricted, and those who do manage to enter must follow stringent government-imposed rules. Additionally, any foreigner caught violating North Korea's laws could face severe penalties, including imprisonment in forced labor camps. Another factor is the lack of economic opportunities for Filipinos. Unlike other countries where OFWs can find jobs in various industries, North Korea's closed economy offers no legal employment pathways for foreign workers. Given the extreme surveillance, restrictions on personal freedom, and diplomatic risks, it is one of the least welcoming countries for Filipinos. 4. Afghanistan. Due to ongoing conflicts, security concerns, and the Taliban's strict governance, Afghanistan is not a welcoming destination for Filipinos. The Philippine government has previously banned travel to Afghanistan due to the risks of violence, terrorism, and kidnappings. OFWs who once worked in the country, mainly in security and construction, have had to leave due to safety concerns. Since the Taliban regained power in 2021, the situation has worsened, with more restrictions imposed on foreigners. Any Filipino still in Afghanistan is strongly advised to leave immediately due to the unpredictable security landscape. In addition to security risks, economic instability makes Afghanistan an unviable option for employment. Most international businesses have withdrawn from the country, leaving few job opportunities. The country's infrastructure remains underdeveloped, with poor access to healthcare, transportation, and reliable communication systems, further discouraging foreign workers. 5. Nigeria. Nigeria has been a challenging destination for Filipinos due to safety concerns, including crime, terrorism, and kidnapping incidents targeting foreigners. In the past, the Philippine government has issued travel advisories, warning Filipinos about the risks of working in Nigeria. While some Filipinos work in the oil and gas industry, the volatile security situation makes the country less welcoming. Kidnappings for ransom are common, and foreign workers are often targeted by criminal gangs and insurgent groups such as Boko Haram. Additionally, cultural differences and limited diplomatic relations make life difficult for Filipinos in Nigeria. Many expatriates struggle with corruption, bureaucratic hurdles, and high crime rates in major cities. The overall instability of the country has discouraged many Filipinos from seeking opportunities there. 6. Iran. Filipinos face visa restrictions and diplomatic tensions in Iran. Political instability, economic sanctions, and limited job opportunities make it difficult for Filipinos to find work or migrate there. The country's strict laws, particularly concerning foreign workers and women's rights, also create challenges for Filipinos looking to settle or work in Iran. Additionally, economic sanctions have led to financial instability, which further limits job prospects. Those who do manage to work in Iran often face bureaucratic hurdles, making their stay challenging. Iran's conservative religious environment can also make it difficult for Filipinos to practice their own faith freely. Women, in particular, must adhere to strict dress codes and social norms that may feel restrictive compared to Filipino culture. 7. Bhutan. Bhutan has a strict immigration policy and is known for limiting the number of foreigners allowed to enter and work. The government's approach to preserving its cultural identity means that long-term residency and employment opportunities for foreigners, including Filipinos, are scarce. Bhutan's high visa fees and the requirement to travel only through approved tour operators further discourage Filipino travelers. Moreover, Bhutan has no formal diplomatic relations with the Philippines, making it difficult for Filipinos to access consular support if needed. Despite being a peaceful country, Bhutan's remote geography and small economy offer very few job opportunities for foreigners. The government prioritizes employment for its citizens, making work permits for Filipinos nearly impossible to obtain. 8. Libya. Libya has been plagued by civil war, political instability, and security threats for years. Due to the ongoing conflict, the Philippine government has imposed multiple travel bans on Libya to protect its citizens from violence and kidnapping risks. Many Filipinos who previously worked in Libya's oil industry had to flee when the conflict escalated. The absence of a stable government and frequent armed clashes make it an unsafe destination for foreign workers. 9. Syria. The Syrian civil war has made the country extremely dangerous for foreigners, including Filipinos. The Philippine government has prohibited Filipinos from traveling or working in Syria due to the high risk of terrorist attacks, bombings, and kidnappings. The unstable economy and destruction caused by years of war have left very few employment opportunities, making it an undesirable place for Filipinos seeking work. 10. Somalia. Somalia is one of the most dangerous countries in the world due to piracy, terrorism, and political instability. The presence of militant groups such as Al-Shabaab has made it extremely unsafe for foreigners. The Philippine government has strongly advised against any travel to Somalia, and those who work in the shipping industry are particularly at risk of pirate attacks. While Filipinos are generally well received in many parts of the world, some countries pose significant challenges due to strict immigration policies, safety concerns, or diplomatic tensions. For Filipinos planning to work or travel abroad, it's crucial to research and stay updated on travel advisories to ensure safety and avoid unnecessary risks. Additionally, it is important to seek opportunities in countries with better labor protections and diplomatic ties with the Philippines. Would you consider working in a high-risk country, or do you prefer safer destinations? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below.